Hello friends, today I'll be teaching you how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So before you solve your first Rubik's Cube, there are some things you need to know about the cube itself. These pieces are called corner pieces with 3 colors. These pieces in the middle are called edge pieces with 2 colors. And that's kind of around the cube, but these, I think you know what they're called, center pieces. Because, they're in the center. Okay, now let's get on to solving your first Rubik's Cube. The first step into solving a Rubik's Cube is the white cross. What I mean by white cross is having the white centerpiece and the edge pieces around it to make a cross-like shape. So first, since we can't just make the white cross, it might be a little hard, we can just make the daisy. What I mean by daisy is the yellow centerpiece with white colored edge pieces around it, so then it can make a daisy type of flower. So what we need to do first is find edge pieces like this, and if they're just one turn away from being where they need to be, they can just turn it, and then you have that part covered. But if you have it there, but it's flipped, then you can turn it to the left or the right, and when you turn it and that space is occupied, then that place that goes away, then you can turn this top part, which can bring this edge piece up, and then now you have that part. And if we keep doing this, then the whole daisy will be solved. But if you have something like this, where you bring it up, it's flipped, and this is gone, then all you have to do is bring this away, so then there's an open spot up here, and you can turn this up or this way if you want. Then you can turn it over here or over there. Then you can do the same step. So it's over here, it's covered, but you can turn this and add this. So now you have that part solved. If we keep doing this, then we'll have our daisy. And this is the first step into making the white cross. The second step is to get these petals, you can say, these edge pieces, to their right center. What I mean is on each petal, the other color, other than white, has a different color. So for example, this one, orange, this one has orange. So we align that with the orange center. And once you have it aligned, you bring that piece to the bottom by turning the front face. And then you'll have that spot occupied on the white cross place, on the white center place. And if you keep doing this same step with the other edge pieces, then you will have your white cross. I kept doing the same step, and I have the white cross. When you make the white cross, make sure that on each edge piece, there's that corresponding color. For example, here, there's red. It's aligned to that red centerpiece, and make sure it's the same on all the other colors around the white cross. Before you solve the rest of the cube, there is something you need to know first, and this is algorithms. What I mean by algorithms is a set of moves. An algorithm is a set of moves in the Rubik's Cube. So for example, I have this set of moves here, the right algorithm, which is the right face going up and the top face turning this way, and we have the right face again turning down, and we have this top face turning this way. Well, the opposite way. Last time it was like this, but now it's going the complete opposite. And if you keep doing that, you might get the hang of it. Now, there's another algorithm you need to learn first, and that is the left algorithm. And that is the complete opposite of the right algorithm, so on the left side. So we have this left face, we turn it up, and we turn the top face this way, and we turn the left face down, and we turn the top face the complete opposite way. If you keep doing this, you might get the hang of it. Now let's solve our cube. Okay, so now let's get on solving the cube. The step we're going to do now is the white face. What I mean by white face is getting this whole white face solved with white everywhere on this face. And we'll also have our first layer solved. What I mean by first layer is with the centerpiece on here and the edge piece with that corresponding color, and these two corner pieces with that corresponding color, which will make this type of pattern with the correct color. So now let's solve these white corners. You might have white corners on this top face, or you might have it on the bottom face. First, let's focus on the top face. So right now, I have two corners on my top face. I'm going to focus on this one with orange and green other than white. So now, I have this corner, orange, green, and white. So I have orange and green, right? So you're supposed to match those colors in between those two centers. What I mean is this orange and green colors, I need to put it in between these orange and green centers. So we move it until it is in between those two centers. We got green here and orange there. So now we have it on that right place. What we need to do now is actually solve the corner in its right place, with the corner being somewhat right in both colors. So there are three cases you can get for the white color itself. You can get it on the right side, you can get it on the left side, or you can get it up like I have right now. If you have it up, then you turn it to the right side and you do 3 righty algorithms. So 1, 2, and 3. And now that part is solved. And if we do the same thing for the other ones, so for example on this one, I have left. I can just align it with those two centers with the other colors, so red here and green there. Then I have it on the left side. So in this case, I have to turn it to the left side and do 1 lefty algorithm. And if we do the same thing with the other ones, then there's one more color you can get, which I forgot to tell you, which is the right side. If you get on the right side, then you do a righty algorithm, but you have to align it first. And you also need to face it to the right side and then do a righty algorithm. Don't forget that, it's really important. So I have these two corners which are up, so I aligned it. I can do 3 righty algorithms. Then I have this one, I align it, and I can do a righty algorithm since it's on the side, since it's on the right side. And now we have our first layer and white face solved. Make sure the whole white face is solved, and on each side you'll have that pattern I showed you earlier, like this, with that corresponding color on every side. So now we have our first layer solved. You might be happy since the whole white face is solved. I was pretty happy when I first achieved it. Now we're going to solve the second layer. When we have the second layer, this whole place will be solved with its right color. All this. Crazy, right? So now what we need to do is find edge pieces like this with 2 colors. And make sure that the white face is on the bottom. So, for example, I here have an edge piece. And make sure that the colors, it has no yellow on it. And this one has no yellow, it has red and blue. So what I need to do is get the color that's on the bottom and match it with that corresponding colored center. And once I have it right on that corresponding center, then I see the other color. And the other color is next to that color you aligned it. So I have this blue here, and I have blue aligned to the blue center, and I have the other color on this edge piece, which is red. And if you see, then for me, it's on the right side. So what we need to do is first face the blue center towards you first, and then turn it one turn away from the other colored center. So for example, I have red over here, it's on the right side, so I have to turn it one turn away. So now it's over here. And what we need to do, if it's on the right side, you do, once it's away, if it's on the right side, you do a quick righty algorithm, and the corner will be unsolved, but it'll be in the corresponding center, and you can just solve it like I teach you before. And then now we have that part solved with these two. If we keep doing this, then all this will be solved. So I do the same thing here. So I align it with that corresponding color. So here I have green. I align it with the green center, and the other color, red, it'll be on the right or left side. So for me, it's on the left side. So I need to turn it one turn away. So it's on the opposite side now. It was here, and I turn it here. So now it's one turn away from that other color. And then we stay in the same spot. We don't move here. We stay in the same spot. And then if it's on the left side, for me it's on the left side, I do a lefty algorithm. And then we have the corner unsolved. And then we can solve that corner like usual. If we keep doing this for the other edge pieces, so I turn it one way, lefty algorithm, since it's on the left side for me. Sorry if I confuse you there. And the corner is out. And then I have this on the right side, so I do a quick righty algorithm. And then, so once you're at your last edge piece, and you can't find any edge piece on the top, everything's with the yellow. But if you see it, and you see here, it's flipped. This green should be here, and this orange should be here. Then you can do a right algorithm or a lefty algorithm. So I'll just do a lefty algorithm. And this corner will be unsolved, but it'll be aligned in those between two centers. So you can just solve that, and now you have that edge piece. No other color will be unsolved. You'll just have that one more edge piece, which needs to be solved over here. So I have to align it with that orange center. And since the other color is green, I turn it one move away from that color. And then, since it's on the left side, I do a lefty algorithm. And then the corner is unsolved, and I have it on the right side. So I do a righty algorithm, and the corners are solved, and you have your second layer solved. The second layer is with these two layers solved in their corresponding colors. That's a big achievement if you ask me. Nice. Now you have your second layer solved. We're about to finish the cube here. Well, not exactly yet. Not in like just one step, but you know what I mean. So now we need to solve the yellow cross. The yellow cross is a cross on the top with the yellow corresponding colors. So yellow here, yellow here, yellow here, yellow here, with the yellow center on top. So there are three cases you can get. You can get the dot case, you can get the L-shaped case, or you can get the line. If you have the dot case, then you can just face it any way, any angle, but don't put it like this. Don't put the white face on up. Put the white face on the bottom always. And then you can just turn this front face up. You can turn it like this way. And you can do a righty algorithm. And then you can turn this down. And then you'll have an L. Once you have an L, you have to turn it to the top left corner. And then you do this exact same step. Do this, and then you do the righty algorithm. And you turn this back to align the face again. And now you'll have a line. Once you have a line, don't put it vertically. Put it horizontally. Don't put it like this because it won't be possible like that. Instead, put it horizontally. And if you do this step again, I turn the front face, and I do right algorithm, and I align the white face again. You'll have your yellow cross. Now we have our yellow cross. Now this step is based on aligning these edge pieces with their corresponding right colors. Right now, mine aren't aligned, but if they are aligned for you, then you can just skip this step. If they aren't aligned though, then what you have to do is try and align as much colors as you possibly can. So I align this orange, and you can look for another aligned color. So I have blue and orange that is aligned. These colors can either be across from each other, or they can be right next to each other like I have shown here. If they're across from each other, hold these two colors on the left and right side. Once you have the colors held in the right positions, you need to do a new algorithm that I'm going to teach you right now. This algorithm is the algorithm that will align all these colors in their right spot. This algorithm is like this. You turn this right face up, you turn the top face this way, and you turn this down, and you turn this again so that it's in the back. And you take this up again, and you turn this all the way back, and you align the white face again. And if you do this algorithm when they're across from each other, then if you align, they won't be aligned. But if you align as much colors as you can, then the two colors will be next to each other this time, which I'm about to show you what to do. Now, for me, they're next to each other. And what do you do when they're next to each other? You might be thinking, which I'm about to teach you, obviously. Once they're next to each other, you're supposed to hold the colors in the back and the right. So something like this. For me, it's on the right here and the back. Those two aligned colors are on the back and the right for me. Once they're on the back and the right, then you can do the new algorithm that I teach you. This up, take this one way out, and take this down, move it all the way to the back, move this up again, and take this all the way back to align the white face again. And if you align the color again, then all the colors will be right in their corresponding spot. Now we have our colors in their right corresponding spots. Now we need to see if the corners are in the right positions. What I mean by corners are in the right positions is if the colors other than yellow on these corner pieces are in the right position. So if you keep finding one, so for example, this isn't a right corner because they're not in between those two centers. Because red isn't over here and green isn't over here, or if it would be flipped. But if I keep looking, this one's wrong, and this one is actually right because it's in between. It's in between green and orange, and the other colors other than yellow is green and orange. You don't turn anything to see if they're in the right corner. You just look for them. If you have all your corners in the right positions, you can just skip the step. But if you have one corner in the right position, then you have to hold this corner to the left side, so over here. And you do a new algorithm that I'm going to teach you right now. You turn this right face up, you turn it this way, and you take this also up, and you turn this way, which will align this part, and you take this down, and you align this again, and you bring this back down, and if you align the cross colors again, then they won't be in the right position instantly, but sometimes they might be instantly. If you do it a few times, like me, I just did it one time, it's not in the right position right now. So if I do it one more time, then now all the corners are in their right position, which ends this step. Now we are on the last step of solving your first Rubik's Cube. If you made it this far, congratulations. But try not making any mistakes because it might scramble the cube again. And you should have done this far back when almost we were making the yellow cross when we were making the yellow cross, or a little bit after that. Okay, so now we're on the last step of solving our Rubik's Cube. Congratulations. What we need to do now is we're breaking the rules of the white face being on the bottom. This time, we're going to put the yellow cross on the bottom and the white face on the top. Now you have all these yellow corners on the bottom. What you need to do is find one that's on the right corner place, and then it can either be on facing you or it can be facing right. If it is facing you, then you just do righty algorithms until it's aligned. And you turn this bottom face. You don't turn your cube. You just turn the bottom face, so then you have this corner and on the right side. So I do 2 righty algorithms. And then now when you turn this again, you'll have this facing you. So you do as many righty algorithms as you can, which will solve the cube, which will solve that corner. And you turn this again, and you do 2 righty algorithms. And you'll have one more move, or 2, the bottom face. And if you turn it, you'll solve your first Rubik's Cube. Congratulations, you have just solved your first Rubik's Cube. Now you have solved your first Rubik's Cube. If you memorize this, you can get a lot better at it by practicing. And you can turn like this. And you might even get better. You never know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, please leave a like and subscribe. Bye now.